Hey, hey, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. Oh my goodness. I am super excited to share with you my really great friend, Mary, tonight. She is amazing, and I can't wait for you guys to meet Hot Mess Express, Mama Mary. Bring it on, folks. Bring it on. Grab your coffees, grab your tea, whatever you drink at 7 o'clock at night. Your tea or your like sparkling grape juice or you guys are gonna want to pull up a chair. You're gonna want to pull up your drink so that you can come and listen a minute. And if you don't want to sit, get busy. Clean out a closet, clean out a silverware drawer, straighten up that desk or that bathroom counter, because hopefully we are going to inspire you tonight to get busy and do something in your home, even if it's something super small, even if it is just like emptying the kids' school backpacks and filling the water bottles for the night so you're prepared for tomorrow, because we all get it. We are all homemakers. We are all wearing a million hats, and you got to take advantage of the little bit of time that you have. So thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this, say hello in the comments. Drop a hi, drop where you're tuning in from, because we know that this is reaching all kinds of people around the world. Mary, I'm so excited to bring you on board. You are from Orlando, right?
Well, that's where I live now.
Uh-oh, turn on your microphone. There we Oh, now you shut it off. Testing 1, 2, 3. Is it better? Say it again.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, you know what? My volume was down. It's my fault. I had my volume down, girl. Okay, now we're up. Good. Okay, good.
So yeah, I live in Orlando.
Yes, absolutely. Mary is amazing. Let me introduce you a little bit. You guys got to know what Mary is involved in, because we don't have all night for her to tell you everything about her life, because she has an amazing life. She is married to a truck driver who's gone a lot. So, but she homeschools all of her kiddos, and you have to tell everybody how many you have. A truckload full. And her mama gets to come from Pennsylvania every now and then and help her with homeschooling. So that's a blessing. So she can actually break away and go ride around the country with her honey and have that quality time. So we're so grateful they worked that out during this pandemic time. But Mary loves to garden, and she loves to do DIYs and crafts, and she's an amazing cook. And oh my goodness, we could go on forever, but she's the perfect example of a homemaker who wears lots of different hats. And I want you to, share, Mary, what was your skepticism with when I first approached you about the Homemakers Creative Cleanout Group, the community we were doing? What was your first initial skepticism and thoughts? And tell us a little bit about what your life was like before you met this community. Before and afters.
So, I don't know that there was skepticism so much as there was, oh dear, not something else I need to commit myself to and be in constant contact with and stuff. And like I don't have enough on my plate or put enough on my plate. Let's put it that way, because I tend to fill my plate with all kinds of stuff. And I think that was really my drawback, was I'm going to pay for something that I'm not going to stay involved in. And then I was like, no, I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to be involved. And
there's something magical about actually transmitting money, even if it's through Zelle or PayPal. And it's not that I want to be greedy and take all the money I can. It's not that. Honestly, I am not running ads to promote this. Facebook has banned me, you guys. Facebook has banned me from running ads for about 2 years now. So anything that I do, I'm working my tail off to just do it on my own. So here's the fun thing, is that the money that is being transmitted, $5 a month to be a part of this, is literally going back into contests, right? Every week we're running a contest and people are getting gift cards. So Mary, tell us again, that was some of your drawbacks. but your life was
It's
still is
still
crazy.
crazy. Are you kidding me?
But what do you have now? What do you have now in your back pocket?
Oh, well, nothing right now. I'm just kidding. Um, in this group, I will just put it this way. In this group, we all have weeds, whether it be in our garden, it be in our behind a closed door, a mess under the bed, a mess in a cabinet, a mess we call our weeds of life, right?
Yeah.
And we have internal weeds too. And if we can't take care of the weeds, the external weeds, sometimes it clutters our internal weeds and clutters our minds. And I've been working on that a lot. You said I had a boatload of kids. I only have 4.
Just one more than me. That matters.
I know people that have more. My mom is one of 10, and my husband's father is one of 12.
But you got grandkids that are there all the time too.
I got one grandbaby. It does feel like 4 sometimes, but I have one grandbaby. She's 5. Love her to pieces. My 2 adult children do not live at home anymore. So the 2 that are at home, yes, we do homeschool. Yeah. And I love it. I do. And yes, mama comes down and she takes care of them for a while I go out on the road and spend time with my husband, which I absolutely love because I'm the queen of the road when that happens. So, anyways, going back to the clutter, it's decluttering is what I want to do. And this group that I'm involved in with you now is a group of like-minded women, let's put it that way, or like-minded people, because I don't know if there's any men in this group, and please excuse me if there is, but it's like-minded people. And yes, I am from the Hot Mess Express. I wear that proudly, and I don't care. I mean, my hair is pulled back like an onion and up in a clip. I don't care. It's hot, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
But in my home, let me go back to in my home, I noticed that there's like these little things. You have company that's coming over, and everything goes in that one closet, and you close the door, and please, God, don't let them mistake that door for the bathroom door or something like that, because it's, and I'm working on those areas. That was that or the laundry room, because everything goes to the laundry room, whether people are coming or not, everything goes to the laundry room. Or in my room, on my dresser. My dresser's full of stuff that nobody knows what to do with, so mom will take care of it. Let's put it on her dresser. And it's just things that I want to go through, things that I want to do, and keep those areas clear, because when you keep your physical surroundings clear and decluttered, it helps keep your mind, body, and soul decluttered as well. Mm-hmm. And that's how I feel. I mean, some people probably look at me like, boy, she's a crazy one. But it's the truth. I have learned from experience that it is the truth. And so, yes, I love to garden, and I have spent a lot of time this year outside landscaping. I totally, myself, and I totally re-landscaped our backyard once we had our new patio and a raised garden all the way around, our fence put in, and got to do all of that. And it's a place where I love to be now, is outside. And I can't wait till it cools off more so that I can spend more time out there. But
if you want to see Mary's before and after picture of her yard work, you're going to have to click that link. I should put it in the comments too. But it is pretty amazing. So carry on.
But I was thinking about it this week because actually at church there was a message about not only drawing closer to God, but growing in Him. And if we don't pick the weeds out, it stunts our growth. And those weeds will take over. And sometimes we gather offenses, and those weeds take over in our heart. Well, if I talked about that in the sense of my home, the first thing that gets put on my dresser, if I don't take care of it right now, it's going to pile up and it's going to take over, and then I'm going to have a bigger job to do. And those are the things that I'm looking at. Those are the things that I'm learning and things that I'm doing to try to just simplify my life, because I have other things to do.
It tends to choke you out. Yeah.
Yes, yes. It's just like in my garden. If I don't pull those weeds when they first start coming out, and I first start seeing them, they're going to take over and they're going to choke out the other plants, or they're going to cause a problem, and then I'm going to be out there for a whole day doing it. Where I could have done it for a few minutes and it's done. A little bit here and a little bit there. So, and that's just, I kind of, I don't know. Maybe that's a weird way of putting it, but it's truly what I'm trying is to declutter.
I love that correlation. Yeah. With the yard work and the weeds, I was explaining yesterday to Kylie, like, I was asking her what does she think a weed is, and she's like, well, it's something like it turns into a flower, right? Like, no, honey, it actually chokes the flowers.
But some of them do have beautiful flowers, and I have to look and go, is this a weed? Because it's beautiful. Let's put it over here,
It's like our stuff and junk. We like, oh, I got that from the side of the road. It's a free treasure. I didn't have to pay for it.
Right.
And then we go thrifting. Oh, this is such a great treasure. I gotta buy this. I'm gonna do something with this. Do we do something with it? It sits somewhere in our house, or it goes in the garage, and therefore I have a garage full.
I cannot tell you how many times.
It choking. And there's something I read the other day that really resonated with the fact that the energy that, and I'm not like some crazy energy guru, but I've recognized this with myself too. Like, recognizing that if you have all this stuff that feels like a big, overwhelming, haunting job or task, I'm talking about my garage, for instance. If that is such a haunting task that looks so big and overwhelming that you keep putting off and you keep procrastinating on getting it done, then there's really, like, when you finally get in there and either set a 15 or 20-minute timer, you find out that you can get a little space done, and then it builds that momentum and you don't want to stop. But I've always thought, like, for the longest time, I've thought, I don't have a whole day to work on this garage. Like, one of the ladies in our group yesterday texted me pictures of her garage. And I was like, girl, I'm glad you shared that with me, because mine looks just like it. And
of mine.
I was like, I praise God, I'm not the only one in the world with a messy garage.
Not a one-day job. It's like a whole week.
Yes. And I'm like, I keep putting it off because I feel like it's going to take a whole week, and I don't have a whole week. But she went in and took 1 hour. Her 11-year-old son said, Mom, can we go in and start cleaning the garage? Bless his heart. She got her motivated, and they went and did a small area. Wow. And they made a difference, and they made a dent, and she felt so encouraged with progress. Like, she sent me 10 pictures. And I'm just like, that's what this group is all about. Just motivating each other, because now I want to start. Now I took pictures of the garage. Ashamed as what I am, I went ahead this week and took pictures of my garage so that I could have after pictures, so that if I don't show them to anyone else in the world, I mean, probably the ladies in this group only will see them, but like, literally knowing how far you came. And I feel like that's what it's like with our life, what God did for us.
Yes.
The shame where we came from, the past, the sin that we've lived in, the yuck that we don't want to show anybody, the pain that we hold inside of ourselves behind closed doors, the things that we know we've done wrong. We don't want to tell people.
Right.
But when we can get to the place of healing, and I was talking to some ladies in our group this morning when we had our prayer room, just the fact that when God comes in, when he comes and he rescues you and he comes and helps you clean up those messes behind your closed doors of your heart, like, yeah, it still feels painful, but after time, he's going to give you that willpower and that determination to sing his praises and to testify and to praise the Lord for what he did for you back then and there. Right?
So true.
And that is what I feel so deeply with this group. Like, I was being interviewed today to be on a podcast for a woman and her husband who have a ministry to step parents, step families.
Mm-hmm.
And wanting to know how, and she's like, I totally see your group here with the homemakers fitting into the homemakers of this as well. Because I mean, even when you bring kids into a mixed marriage, kids have a lot of hurt and trauma locked behind those closed doors that they don't want maybe the other parent to know about, or that they're just like building that barrier. And we talked about that. And it's just, that's where I built this group as a need, as a necessity for my own self, knowing that I needed to get to the place to clean out some of my own things, because I had been putting so much time and effort into cleaning for other people. And the woman today on the podcast, she like helped me to see that that's exactly what I've been doing for like 20 years. I have been cleaning for other people, giving my expertise, time and love or energy to helping other people and building up their homes. And yes, my home is clean. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like a crazy, like everywhere. My living room, my dining room, my kitchen, I keep it. But it was those places behind closed doors, guys, that I was literally being bothered by back in the spring and summer. And I took that this summer to really purge a few areas. And I knew that I needed accountability, because I know that there were times in my life in the past that I did not have accountability, and I knew where I ended up.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then when someone comes along beside you and gives you that accountability for those hurts and habits and hangups that you have behind your closed doors, and someone comes along beside you and gives you that accountability, it's powerful. It's actually breaking the chains and the lies that the enemy is trying to feed us homemakers, that we're alone.
Yes.
We are the makers of the home. And I am feeling so passionate about this, as you can tell. Like I had someone ask me this week, why did you use the word homemaker? Why isn't it like hot mess mom or something? And I'm like, I would love it to be hot mess mom. But to be honest, I think there's some women in our group who don't want to be labeled a hot mess. They're probably got it pretty much together, and they like are good at organizing, and they don't want to be labeled something negative. But I know homemaker is an old-fashioned word. But let's be real here. We all, as women, make or break our home.
Oh, it's so true.
If we don't discover that our husband's love language is matching his socks and ironing his shirts and making him breakfast in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
don't you think he's gonna, like, after a couple years, get sick of that, and he'll probably go catting around on you because you're not meeting his need? That's all he wants, is he wants you to make him breakfast and iron his shirts and match his socks. He's not that needy of a guy. But if that happens, like, because you didn't take charge, or because we didn't notice that and wake up to that, or even own up to it, like, I hate to wake up in the morning and make breakfast. It's not my job. He can fend for himself, But if we don't do it out of love and recognize that we have that power to minister and serve to our husband, we have that power to create this beautiful space for our children, to reduce the anxiety in our home. Whether it's turning on soft music in the morning, whenever it's chaotic, turning on kids' praise music while they're getting ready instead of hearing the grouchies and the snarling at each other. We have the power as a homemaker to make or break our home. So that's why it's homemaker. But
I actually sent my husband some before and after pictures when I do stuff when he's out on the run. That's how I'm trying to surprise him when he gets home, because there's some things that I do that I don't show him, and I don't put it anywhere where he can see it, because I want it to be a surprise when he gets home. Like the backyard, I didn't post any of those pictures or anything until after he saw it, because I wanted to surprise him. But the laundry room was another one, because he knows that room makes me absolutely crazy. And we're always trying to make sure that door is closed, and sometimes there's things in the way. And so I sent him a picture, and I said, before and afters, I've been busy. And he says, woohoo, you go, girl. And then he told me he'd buy me candy when he comes home. So
there we go.
there we go.
So let's talk just a second, Mary, about what all does everybody get in, because I've had people ask me, well, what do you get? Why do we have to pay for something like this? Well, coaching is not cheap. Honestly, I've invested probably $2,000 in myself this past year for coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really like intended to be a coach or be labeled that. And I have a heart to love others, to serve others. I have a pastor's wife heart, I have ministry heart, and that's that, you know? But my breaking point, I think, was whenever I lost a couple cleaning jobs. I was terminated back in June because I refused to get the vaccine. And you know, I really was like, I cried for a minute, but I was like, you know what? This is a blessing, because I had just gone through a training of how to take your expertise or the gift that God's given you in your hand and turn it into something that can help others, that can come alongside and offer accountability and support to those that are struggling with whatever it is. And I prayed about it, and I figured out, I mean, I just really felt led that this was the route to go with offering a support group like this for homemakers. And so we do live devotionals in there a couple times a week. We have prayer rooms. We have, help me out, what else do we have? We have Thursday Thoughts Day. We have Winning Wednesdays. People can post their wins.
Taco Tuesday.
Tuesday, where we can get on a Zoom on Taco Tuesday or on Frenzy Friday, and we can Zoom and work together for an hour, or you can hop on and off. You have 15 minutes, but get something tidied up. And those are some of the fun times, right? When we can just talk and work at the same time and feel good about fellowshipping as well as just cleaning something up.
You know what I really like about this group is, like I said, we're all the same. Everybody has that room. Everybody has that closet. Everybody has something that they're not happy with in their home or whatever. And it is overwhelming sometimes for us, with us homemakers, as mamas that are at home. We may not be out winning the bread, so to speak. But we're making the bread at home, kind of a thing. And so sometimes we're overworked and underpaid. I'm just going to be out there and honest with it. Sometimes it's like that, but it's what we choose to do. It's what we chose to do. It's how we choose to react to it. And what I like about this group is the close knitness and the cheering each other on, the word I'm looking for, cheering each other on, but celebrating one another in our tasks, instead of just, oh, woohoo, I got this done, and oh, my husband loves it. That's great. Okay, next. You know, you feel, it's not like you have to have recognition for it, but you want to recognize others too, because it's what you want in your life. You know, being this busy mom, or just being busy all the time, being that busy homemaker. I think that sometimes we get lost in that, and we don't make a lot of friends, so to speak, because we're so busy at home.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I don't go out. I don't, I go to church and I do things with my church friends and stuff like that. I love my church. And my kids are involved. My youngest daughter is now old enough to be involved in kids' church instead of being in kids' church. And that's a big thing, because it takes a lot of time every week. And, but having that Hot Mess Express moment where you look at yourself and go, I don't really have a lot of friends that I talk to or anything. So during the week, this group has been such an encouragement, where we encourage one another. We talk with one another on the page, and then we get on the Zooms, and that's fun, getting to talk to different people and getting to know different people. But making new friends is huge for me. I've had some things that have happened in the past where there was a wall. I would let you in so far, and then after that, mm-mm. And I've been working on that, and God's been helping me with that, because it was hard for me. It was hard for me. I made relationships with people that devastated me in my past, and I can't live in the past. I can't keep those harbored, and I can't keep those offenses. I can't hold on to them. I have to let them go, because that's part of the decluttering, and being open to a women's group like this. And I'm going to call it a women's group because I've only ever seen women in it, but being open to a women's group like this, having that friendship. Arlene, I've known you for a few years. I know your heart. You have a heart of gold, and you do have a servant's heart. And I just love that about you. And these other women that I've met, I can name names, where we get to know each other kind of, and you're celebrating each other, but you're also there for each other. And it's accountability, but it's also a partnership kind of a thing with these other women. And that's how it makes me feel. You may not see that every day, because I miss days and don't get things commented on, because I'm not on Facebook every day, but I try for this group, I try. But I love it, because it is something. And those people who worry about, well, why would I pay for this? Well, it's not like it's a high priced item. And like you said, coaching is not cheap if you were to go somewhere else. Even if you hired somebody in to help you clean up your messes, it would not be cheap to do that.
Would you rather 50 an hour or 50 a year?
Right. Exactly. You said that one time. Would you rather pay $50 an hour or $50 for the whole year? Mm-hmm. Or $5 a month if you choose to do so? That's fine too. But what you get with this is a community, is a togetherness that is important. And it's like-minded women, and it's a God thing. It really is. And I people don't like when people say it's a God thing, but it is. It truly is. And it's been a blessing.
That if people want that, then that's definitely here for you. And we don't expect people to get on the prayer room or the prayers, the Zooms or whatever like that. But I don't think there's anyone in our group that's not, a lover of faith or of God,
Right. And
I think that's great.
We need God so much.
This is for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
I just realized my light's not on. It's getting darker out, so I gotta turn a light on. Oh. Well, thank you so much, Mary. I appreciate your heart and your candidness and your just really willingness to share and open up. And I love seeing your wins. They just really excite me. I don't know. I guess I've always loved those before and after pictures and of DIYs and things, when I take like an old frame that I found here or there, and then I go ahead and remake it something new. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's whenever I was forming this group, one of the coaches that I had been in a part of had said, do something that you can measure people's success and wins. And the thought came to me, well, let's have a before and after picture so that we can see that it was accomplished. And so that's where these contests came aboard. And once a week, everybody posts under this weekly thread, and it might be, hey, let's do something in our laundry room. Let's do something in your bedroom. And that means it could be anything. It could be clean out a drawer. It could be clean under your bed. It could be, clean out your closet. It could be like tidy up your night table or whatever. Like, it can be anything. Submit that in this post and you'll be entered into the contest for a free gift.
Yeah.
There are some people in the group too who have home businesses and things that they like to make or to do. And so we've had some on a Saturday night, and they get to give away their free product or service. Awesome. It's always fun to see what other people are doing too. So that's always fun. Mary, we got to have you do that yet.
Well, I've got some DIYs that coming up because I've been doing some projects and working on stuff. So
What are you working on now?
Well, I have so my daddy passed away, and my daddy was a crocheter. And I have a bunch of his doilies. And I did one for Mom. I don't know if you ever saw that one. It's a collage of his doilies in a large shadow box type thing. And I have one for myself because I bought the boxes. I bought those on sale at the time that I did Mama's. I bought them on sale, buy one, get one. And then my daughter, it was at Michael's, and my daughter worked at Michael's at the time. So, Mama got discounts and stuff too. And so I stocked up, so to speak, but hers is brown frame, but to go with the decor that I have, I'm going to paint it white and do like shabby chic on it. And then it's going to have some of Daddy's doilies in it, because I'm not the person to lay doilies all over my house. I keep things pretty cleaned off and stuff. And I'm old, but I'm not that old yet. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But
it's so funny. I bought a little some cute crochet doilies from a yard sale from a lady in our church who had passed away. Her husband was having a yard sale, and I put one on my little stand next to my closet when I came home. And Kalina, my oldest, she's 13, she comes in and she goes, "Oh, cute. Look at that little miniature baby rug."
How cute is that?
What are you talking about? She oh my word, have I never introduced you to doilies? Like, I just realized I didn't have any doilies around the house till then, and it was just too funny. But
yeah, well, that's one of my projects. And then the other ones I'm doing a welcome sign made out of made out of pallets. So I made my garden box for my tomatoes out of pallets by myself, and I have more pallets, and I'm going to make a welcome sign by my front door. And it's just whenever it gets done, there's all kinds of things.
Well, I love to get creative and crafty, and that's really one of my passions. And I really I don't want to die cleaning houses. I don't want a toilet brush in my grave with me.
Right.
But I have a feeling I'm going to be known for that.
Can't take it with us.
No, but I have a feeling my kids are probably going to just put one in there just for the laugh of it.
Just for the laugh.
But here's the funny thing. Like, I know that I want to be freed up in my spirit and in my mind with some of these projects before I get creative and crafty. So be prepared, you guys. It might not be before Christmas, but come the new year, you got to be seeing way more fun, crafty things me and my daughter is going to be doing, because I'm going to have all my deep clean outs done.
Yep.
And that's going to feel so amazing and so freeing, because now I'll have the time and the mental power to be able to move forward into what I know I want to do, and parties with purpose, having art and tea parties together with my girls and with their friends, and doing it for other women at other churches. I already booked one, by the way.
Wow.
In September, I have a booking for an art tea party for a group of ladies at a church in September, and I'm super excited about it. I just booked it today. But that's something I love to do. I would love to do more of. But I feel like I have to, so that I can do that, I have to do the clean out stuff so that I can do that. So you might want to think about what it is you really want to have more of and more time to do, right? And I don't like to just do crafts and DIYs just for the fun of it. I like them to be purposeful. I like them to serve a purpose. If I'm not going to use them, I'll sell them so that someone else can enjoy them. But at the same time, I love the fact that we can teach our girls how to get creative and do it on very little pennies, and actually take something that you see in someone's garbage, instead of it going to the landfill, take that little nightstand and sand it up, paint it up, make it cute. And then if you don't want to keep it, then sell it. And that's like creating an income or creating some, revenue flow. I love that sort of thing. And I've been talking about doing it for ages, and it's time to get moving on it. So this is our steps, our baby steps to get moving on it. And I appreciate you, Mary, and the energy and the flow that you bring to this group, and the spirit. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you so much, Arlene. I appreciate you too. It's been a beautiful day. It has been a beautiful day. What a blessed day it has been. We just ran to the grocery store. I have to tell you this one little thing. I just have to tell you this one little thing. God is so good, and we've had a major victory in the family this past week, and it has just where you just go, wow, God, you know. And then today, before we were doing this tonight, and we just got home just a little bit ago, right before I got on here, we had just gotten home. My daughter and I ran to the grocery store, and we were picking up a few items, and you know, you always get a few extra items. And we hadn't been to the grocery store for a while, and I was standing in line, and there was this young lady that walked up next to us in the next line. She had 3 items, okay, and there was quite the line because it was a time of day where long lines, you know. And so I just told her, Mama, just come in front of us. You know, I told her, I said, ma'am, just come in front of me. She goes, are you sure? I said, sure. I said, please, you've only got 3 items, you know. She was in front of us, and she got finished ringing because it was self-check. She finished ringing her stuff up, and she just kept ringing stuff up. My stuff. And I go, what you doing? You know, maybe she's just not paying attention, you know. And she goes, don't worry about it. I got you. And I go, what do you mean you've got me? And I just stood there, and I realized what she was doing. And I just started crying because this is something that I have done for someone else. Yeah. This is something that I have done when I'm in the store and I, you know, pick up the tab for the people behind me, you know, as a little surprise. I don't know that I did as much as she did today because she rang it all up.
Wow.
Her bill came to over $100. She was buying 3 items that might have been $15. You know, and I just stood there with my jaw on the floor, and I'm just like, wow, it just gives you so much hope.
Yeah.
Humanity. There's so much stuff going on in our world today, and I don't get involved in all of it because I respect everybody and their decisions. I just don't. Oh my goodness. And I just stood there and I asked her, can I hug you? And she goes, absolutely. She gave me a hug, and I told her, God bless you. And she goes, God bless you too. She paid for every single one of my groceries. She bagged it all up and put it in my cart for me. And I just stood there in awe. You know? I've done that for other people, but it's never been done to me. One time I take a gas paid for by a random kind person, and I just like all the way home. I know that my daughter, she's just like, okay, Mom, okay. Because I was just like, God, you are so good. I can't, wow, God. Today has just been a big wow from you. Just wow, you know, so, you know.
Amen.
It is, it's, goodness, I'm still wowed, as you can tell, because I'm like,
I had a wow today too, but I'm going to save it for a live tomorrow morning.
I can't wait. Because, you know,
tomorrow's Friday, and I know I'm doing a devotional in the morning, and I'm just going to go ahead and share it tomorrow morning. So
yay.
Guys, I was blown away too what happened today. It's just like totally God had me.
Oh, well, now I can't wait.
You're gonna have to get on the live in the morning. And it has to do with some clutter that's been sitting on my porch for a couple months.
Okay.
So yeah. So definitely tune in tomorrow morning. Mary, thank you so much for being a part tonight. I appreciate you. Your testimony always uplifts me, and we always have so much fun when we talk and we get together. And I remember when I was cleaning out my girls' closet a couple months ago, you and I were on the phone for like 2 hours just talking. While I'm cleaning, and I'm like, thank you for being with me, because this was the worst daunting job ever, is going through Natalie's clothes and figuring out what sizes don't fit her anymore. Do I pass it down to Kylie? Do I box it away for Kylie? Do I get rid of it? And then I had to do that with Kylie's, and oh my word. Then I caught up on laundry, and it feels like I got to go through their closet again.
Yes. No.
never ending cycle, but that's what we do as homemakers, right?
Yep.
And never ending. But I love the fact that we can have some support. Amen.
Yes.
Looks like Robert Booth says hello from YouTube. I think that's my Natalie watching. Right. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you would like to DM me, PM me, whatever, personal message, direct message, whatever you like to call it, and ask me any questions about Homemakers Creative Cleanout Group, you're welcome to. Please do, because no project is too small or too big, or too daunting or too shameful to be a part of our group, you guys.
Amen. That's right. There's no shame.
Nope.
No guilt here.
None of it here. None of it here. Only
no judgment zone.
That's right. That alone is worth $5 a month.
It
Give
is.
up a Starbucks coffee.
Have that. Yes. Yes. No judgment and all of the encouragement you could possibly want.
And I'll just mention that I've already had some coaches ask me about what we're doing in this group, and they're like, Arlene, you need to raise your price, girl. And I was like, well, right now I feel like the Lord wants it to stay this, but that's not probably going to be the case in January when we open the doors back up, So for now, it's $5 a month, $25 for 6 months. Save yourself $5, or save yourself 10 for a year, and it's 50. But the price will raise come January. So if you want to slide in on the discount deal, now's your chance, because you'll get the discount price for as long as you want to stay in the group. You can cancel anytime, or, stay with us forever. But, maybe a year from now, it will very likely be $40 a month. Because I get $40 an hour for cleaning. So I know I spend more than an hour in this group a week, maybe even a day. So,
and she's right, she does.
Yeah, when you stop and think about the quality of time there.
And she's one of your biggest cheerleaders, for sure.
Yeah, I'm your biggest cheerleader. That's right.
Yes, that's right. She is.
Thank you all for watching. I saw we have Amy on here and a Facebook user that hasn't allowed StreamYard to say your name, but thank you for watching. Jennifer Phibbs, you're in the group too. So is Amy, Kim. We'd love to have you. Good to see you all on here. Thank you for watching. Tune in again tomorrow morning. Share this video. Share this video to your wall if you dare. Honestly, like I said, I don't pay any Facebook ads. So anything that's generically shared, I really appreciate it. That way, maybe if it can't be touched, if it's not for you, maybe someone you know can use this and be touched by this group. So appreciate you all. Make it a creative, clean night. Thanks again for watching.
All right.
Thanks again, Mary. Bye. Bye-bye.